Alright guys, welcome back. We're gonna continue on the 300 ZX. Try to get more things taken apart today. I bought some microfiber towel so I can cover the intake and the turbo hoses a lot better, so nothing, falls in them. Looks like it wants to rain today, so hopefully it doesn't, as you guys can see. Looks really gloomy, so looks like it wants to rain, but hopefully not. But I'll try to get as much done as I can today. Give you guys a recap of what we did last video. Took off the radiator, clutch fan, the fan itself. Took out these hoses off, and then took some of the wiring off. I just put it back in place so it doesn't dangle. But yeah, took out the under shrouds too, and yeah, that's pretty much what we did yesterday. Alright, so as you guys can see, they're covered a lot better. Alright, so on the top of the engine, to get this cover off, there's just four, I believe they're hex keys on top. Use a 5mm hex and you should be able to take all four of them. 3 right here and then 1 back here. Just lift it right up. Alright, so that takes off the cover on top. Alright, so you can get the cruise control off. You want to loosen either one of these nuts right here on top. There's a 14mm. From there you're going to unloop it out of here, and you should be able to kick this wire, I don't know what it's called, but this, you should be able to, take this piece off. Just loosen it. Just a little bit, don't gotta go crazy. Then from here, what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna pull up. You're gonna wanna pull the rope forward and then push it out to the right, and then that just takes that apart, and you can slide it right underneath, and then just move it out like that out of the way. So that takes care of the cruise control. From there, I'm gonna take off the throttle cable. Take that one off, the same thing. Loosen it a tiny bit, don't gotta go crazy. And then just lift it up. Same thing, just bring it forward and pop it out to the right. And then this one held on by this screw right here. And after that you should be able to get her out. So you just use a 10mm on this, then it'll come right off. Be careful not to drop the bolt inside of the intake, where the valve covers are. Like I said, I like to put the bolts back where they go in, that way you don't lose them. So that pulls out. Same thing, there's another 10mm on this side. See if I can move you guys to that side, so you guys can get a better look at what I'm talking about. So right here on this bolt is holding in the throttle cable. So same thing, just use a 10mm. And then since mine still has like all the like the factory clips, you just untwist them. From there, you'll have both throttle cables and the cruise control out. Let me see. I'm gonna probably start disconnecting these fuel lines, get those off, and probably get the balance tube off, get that out of the way. Just two Phillips that hold the first one to the fuel filter, and then the other one on, I believe, the return. Could be wrong though. It's just two Phillips screws, hold them on, unscrew them loose, and then you can pull off the hose. Just be careful though when you pull the fuel line out, because you might still have fuel pressure, so you might have, you know, gas come out of here when you go to take it off. So just make sure when you do take it off, probably put like a microfiber towel or some kind of towel on top of it. That way it doesn't spray all over you and it sprays inside of the towel. Or you could just take out the fuse for the fuel pump, run the car, and then let the car die out, and that'll get rid of the fuel pressure. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna just put a towel over it as I pull on it. Alright guys, so I got some of these hose clamps, and hopefully that can get them off easier. Alright, so I took that one off. Might have some fuel coming out of it, so just make sure you have a towel ready to catch any of that fuel. Alright, so the very first one that's closest to you goes to the fuel filter, and the one furthest from you, I don't know what this is, but I think it might be the return. I could be wrong, but it's right underneath the fuel filter. So that gets that one off, and then there's two vacuum hoses right here. Again, if you have if yours is still pretty much stock for the most part, it has a little clip that shows you which one's which, so you can just take those two off. These help out so much, but just be careful because you could damage the hose. So just be very gentle if you're going to use these and you're not going to replace them. And now to help me kind of remember which one goes where, I'm going to keep the factory little like vacuum hose splitter in the orientation that they go on. That way I know which one goes where. And then there's another fuel that goes right here at the bottom tube. Take that one off as well. So on this side there's three, I believe these two are vacuum hoses on the outer side of the balance tube, and on the inner is the fuel dampener. So same thing, you can just loosen that one out. Take off this one right here as well. This one on mine was already cracked, so I'll be replacing that one, no big deal. And then this one has a clamp that goes right here on the side. Maybe I can grab it with these. Damn it, hose. There we go. Pull that one straight off. And then here's our handy dandy hose clamp plier. So you can get a nice twist on them. And that one pops right off. So that takes care of these three. This one that I took off that goes to this nipple it goes I think to one of the cruise control solenoids. And then I know that this one went right up on top. And then this is the fuel. So other than that, I think there's just one more hose in the back on the balance tube. Take out these two acorn nuts, and then there's one acorn nut on the other side and two bolts. And take out this bracket. Or not, probably take the bracket with it, and I should be able to pull off the balance tube. Yeah, so I'm gonna get the holes in the back off, and then we'll go from there. Whew. Alright, we'll be able to get that one off. See if I can get you guys a closer look to what I'm talking about. So is this hose back here? Hopefully you guys can see that. Is this one right here? Came off of right here. And I think that should be it, except for the main acorn nuts and bolts on both sides that you have to take off. Again, just take your time. So then I think the acorn nuts are 12s. Yep. Whoa, don't do what I just did. Almost lost it, but thankfully it stopped right up on top. So I'm gonna put them there for now, and then I'll probably put them back on top of the plenum. That way I know that's where they went. And then on this side, remember that this, I think like this bracket that holds a bunch of all these wires and connectors on this side goes underneath the acorn bolt. And now I'm gonna take off the ones on the other side. This acorn nut. And then these two bolts right here need to come off. And then also this clip, if you still have it from factory, that holds this wire up against the balance tube. So that's that side. And then on this side, I just use like a screwdriver or something. I just pry on it and get it out of the way. Oh. And I lied, there is one more hose that is connected there. It's hidden right underneath on this side. And just like that, that comes off. Just know that. Try to give you guys a good explanation. So you have two acorn nuts on this side, two vacuum holes, a fuel line. I think that's a coolant line in the back, and then this is the one that I didn't realize was there. And then you got two bolts here and an acorn nut here. So yeah, so that's basically the balance tube removed. just be aware that fuel will come out of these. Alright, so this is the, I don't know, fuel rail, fuel line. It's not the fuel rail. It's probably like I don't know, like the line where the fuel goes. So, after we remove these three, there's a bolt right here. There's this fuel little line right here, bolt right there. I cut off right there at the bottom. I'm going to be replacing them anyways. But there's a mount right there. There's two mounts right there. And then I should end up cutting off the other one, and then this comes off of the balance tube, and you'll be able to get that one. But like I said, I'm gonna replace all of these fuel lines, so I'm not really worried about it. Alright guys, so we got the engine cover off, we got the throttle cable and the cruise cable out of there, we got the balance tube, we got, I believe, the fuel lines, majority of them. We got some of them off of here. We got most of our bolts back in. As you can see from my colorful towels, a lot of the holes are all plugged up so nothing falls in them. I'm gonna end it here. I got some other stuff I gotta do, and then I'll definitely pick up when I have the chance. So I definitely want to get this plenum out of here, but as you can see, we're getting there, moving along. Just like I said, if you're planning on taking this off, just take your time, you know, put bolts where they, if you can put them back in the hole that they came out of, do that, that way you don't lose them. For me, it's better than putting them in a little baggie, but you could do that, it'll help you out. But yeah, hopefully you guys like that. Like always, subscribe, comment, like, share, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.